for the RBW. Today we'll be covering some theory MCQs, okay, for chapter number 1, right from the basics again, okay. So let's move on. Here, before covering this objective questions, I have to cover one important theory with you because we forget the basics of banking, and this question is asked in the exam. So 2 slides I'll cover the theory and then I'll be covering all the MCQs again. Okay. So let's start. What are banks basically? Banks are financial institutions. Okay, let me get it from you. Because you all guys work in the bank. What are the banks? What do you mean by banks? Bank does the job of bank is getting the deposits from somebody and lending it to someone. Simple. Getting the deposit from somebody and giving it as a loan to somebody, right? So that is basically banking, isn't it? Let me draw it over here for easier, better to understand. See, if this is a bank, okay, bank. What happens? There is a depositor over here who deposits the money, deposit. Then bank gives this amount as a loan to this guy, loan. How does the bank earn then? This loan person will give the interest. And this deposit person has given the interest. So bank will again pay the interest to this guy. Interest. Only the difference is this interest over here, this interest will be lesser. Let's say this interest is 7%. Then this interest should be at least 9%. So that this gap of 9 minus 7, that is 2%. That is known as NII, net interest income. Okay, this is known as NII. Remember, it's not NIM. NIM is different. NIM equals to NIM, net interest margin. Remember, by heart these two, you'll be getting one at least in the exam. NII upon yielding assets, they called it, or you just write it assets. It's actually yielding assets. Yielding means which are performing assets, which are giving you the returns. So coming back, banks are financial institutions that perform deposit and lending function. Obviously, again, there are various types of banks in India and each is responsible for perform different functions. So what are the various banks in India? One is central bank. Central bank means RBI over here, RBI. Okay, it's not Central Bank of India, it is RBI. Second, cooperative bank, commercial banks, RRBs, local area banks, specialized banks, small finance banks and payment banks. Now if you see this, these are all how many? 3 plus 3, 6 plus 2, 8, right? 8 types of banks. Plus there are others which are not added over here. Investment bank. Okay, investment bank is not added over here because that's a totally different feature, but then also it's a part of banking. Okay, so that is one part. What is bank and what are the types of banks? Now importantly, which is asked to you in exam is RRB. They always ask you about RRB because RRBs are actually nationalized banks as of now. Okay, these are special types of commercial banks that provide concessional credit to agriculture and rural sector. Concessional credit, remember, concessional credit to agri and rural sector. Okay, so these banks, these are special. See, name itself, what does it say? Rural. Regional. Regional means related to that region only. So concessional credit to agri and rural sector. RRBs were established in 1975 under the registered under the RRB Act 1976. Remember, this act is of 1976 and bank is in 1975. Remember, these 2 years are reversed. Generally, in case what happens, act is first and banks are later. Like in RBI Act, 1934 Act and then bank in 1935. But here it's reverse. That's why this is important. RRBs are joint ventures between central government, state government and commercial banks. So what is this? It means any RRB which is formed, 50% of the funds or the capital is from the central government. State government has 15% of the capital and commercial bank. Now commercial bank, this is known as the sponsor bank. Sponsor. Okay. This sponsor bank holds 35% of the equity of this RRB. In fact, that is a fight going on right now. Here, from your exam point of view, remember, this is the structure. Central government 50, state government 15, and commercial bank 35. Right now, what is happening? Government is coming up with a thought process that why should these be kept it this way only? Can't these RRBs be a separate bank? Separate bank altogether, no sponsor bank. Can't these work like this? All the RRBs can be combined in India. So this is a thought process. But from exam point of view, remember, central government, state government, commercial banks, and these are the proportions. Okay. Everyone download Adda 24/7 app on your mobile, and in this app you will be getting the premium study material plus live classes, ebooks, tests, whatever we require for clearing our JIB as well as CIB. You'll be getting it over here. So that's why download it right now. Now let's go to the question part. And what did I tell you? Some part I'll be covering 2 slides theory and then I'll be going to the questions. Today we'll be covering some basic questions which we forget. We take it for granted that we know, but we don't know. So that's why we'll be focusing on that. Bank passbook is issued by the bank, contains the transaction details of the bank account, shows the balance in the account, and all of the above. So what is the bank passbook? Issued by the bank, correct? Now these are simple questions. Let me get the answers fast from you. Because if these simple we are not able to answer, how will we answer the difficult ones? So the answer over here is A, B, C or D. It is D, all of the above, right? Bank passbook is having all these 3 features. Okay. Bank pays interest on deposits, loans, both A and B. So bank pays interest, remember, pays interest on what? Pays interest on deposits, remember, deposits, simple, isn't it? Next one, bank charges interest on. So bank charges interest on deposits, loans, both A and B. None of the above is out. So loans, right? Just now I told you. Subscribe to Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel. In this channel, you will be getting the latest updates on JIB and CIB, and importantly, you will be getting free YouTube series. Okay. So definitely subscribe. How to join this? Join our through our this Instagram channel. You can join plus YouTube channel plus this Telegram channel. You can scan the QR codes given below, and you can call on the numbers given. See, this right side number is given. Now a bit difficult one. Huh? Earlier one were simple. Now difficult one. Education loans. They cover what? Tuition fees and expenses are repayable after completion of the course. Granted for studies in India and abroad, and all of the above. Now see here, B is correct, C is correct. But what about A? Does education loan cover tuition fees and expenses? Other expenses you can call it, other. Okay, other. Does it cover the hostel fees? Does the education loan cover my daily expenses for staying there? My food expenses, or does it cover only tuition fees? So the correct answer is, that's why I said, now we'll be coming to the difficult part. It is D. Are repayable after completion of the course means what? See here, education loan, how is it given? Suppose if I give that education loan today, okay? So this guy will be requiring, guy or girl, it's not a gender based. So this guy or girl will be requiring at least, let's say that person is doing engineering, okay? So that person will require around 4 years. So 4 years gone over here. Up to 4 years, this student won't be able to pay any interest on this or any EMI on this. So what do? This is known as this moratorium period. In this moratorium period, the student is allowed not to pay any interest or principal on this. But does it mean that we have waived it off? That, oh no, forget it. You won't pay at all. No. This is paid, but later. After completion of the course, then we give still 1 year more, 1 year for job, right? After this job, then your EMI starts. So here what happens, you whatever is pending for these 4 plus 5 years, these 5 years, whatever this interest is, that is taken from that student. Bank, here after all, it's not bank's money, it's depositor's money. So we are just the trustee. How can we waive off any amount? Okay. So that's why it's payable, repayable after completion of the course, and obviously granted for studies in India and abroad. That's obvious, isn't it? Business correspondent means, now that's why I said difficult level questions are coming up. Business correspondent means, what is a business correspondent? You all have BCs now in your banks. Here, nationalized banks have nationalized. I'll just write N over here. And second is private banks, P. Okay, private. Oh, let me write it only here, because what happens, N and P doesn't signify anything. Nationalized and second is private. Okay, let's keep this private. So nationalized banks have what? They have, nationalized banks have BCs, business correspondent. These are private agencies basically. Similarly, these private banks have what? Similar to BCs, they have what? There is one word. Okay, what is that word called as? Private banks. We have these cases going on against all these guys, right? Yeah, DSA, right? DSA, right? Direct sales agents, selling agents, sales agents. BC is business correspondent. So business correspondent means what? An agent who provides banking service, an agent of the business house, a type of money lender, and none of the above. So who's this? Yes, yes, yes. It is A, obviously, isn't it? It's A. Who provides banking service. Here, BC is always appointed in those areas where the bank doesn't have the reach. Doesn't have the reach. Does not reach. Means, let's say there's a small village of how many? 20 houses. There are many villages which are 20 houses, 30 houses, 50 houses. The population is hardly 200, 300, 400 max. Can you set up a branch over there with a 500 population? You can't. Because if you set up a branch with 500 population over there, what will be the cost? Your salaries, your running expenses, electricity, and all this coming and going of those, because employees won't be living in that village, right? They won't be staying in that village. They'll be staying in the nearby cities, right? So coming and going. So what will be the cost? So that's why what do? We don't open the branch over there. We open a BC over there, business correspondent, private agency. Somebody from that village itself will provide the banking services. Okay. Internet banking refers to operation of account through internet, opening of account through app, or both A and B. Now, what do you think, guys? Let me see. Is it both A and B or only A? Operation of account through internet means I'm having an account with you and I can deposit the money, withdraw the money, transfer the money, check the balances. I can do this. So operation means that. But can I open the account through app now? What do you say? I can, right? The answer is C, both A and B. Remember, internet banking refers to all. Who can open the savings account in India? Indian citizen, NRI, illiterate, all of the above. Savings account. Who can open the savings account? Savings account can be opened by Indian citizen. When the Indian citizen opens, it is called as what? Resident Savings Banks account, RSB. Resident Savings Banks account. Okay. When an NRI opens the savings account, it can be two types, NRO or NRE. Both are allowed. Okay. NRO and NRE. Non-resident external and non-resident ordinary. Okay. Both these are non-resident accounts. Illiterate. Yes, obviously. That is RSB only. Resident Savings Banks. Okay. So anyone can open the savings account. Any eligible person. Can a child open the savings account? So okay, let me get the answer over here. The answer is D. Okay. Can a child open the savings account? Child, give me that answer. By the time I'll move on to the next question. Can a child open a savings account? Yes. Yes. We have this minor guardian, right? About 10 years, the child can open it solely without any guardian. About 10 years. Okay. Chalo, move on. PAN number is required for what? Deposits less than 50,000, deposit in excess of 1 lakh, deposit of 50,000 and above in a single day. All of the transactions. What is the answer? PAN number is required for? What is the correct answer? See, this is the correct answer for any deposit above 50,000 in a single day. Remember this, single day means, suppose if I deposit 10,000 now, then I deposit again 20,000 after some time, then again 30,000 after some time. So then I'll be requiring the PAN. Okay. So in a single day, got it? TDS as per income tax means TDS. What is TDS? Time deposit scheme, total deposit scheme, tax deducted at source, and none of the above. TDS means, yes, tax deducted at source. This is the advance tax which is paid by you and me, and we get a refund of this, right? Those who how many of you file the income tax returns? No, I'm not talking of form 16. I'm talking of income tax returns. How many of you are filing? So if you are filing the income tax returns, you will definitely get the returns, refund. But if you are not filing the income tax returns, you are losing on that money. Because whatever TDS is deducted, you should get a refund if your income level is below, obviously after below that. Okay. Maximum amount of check in the bank is, so what is the maximum amount of check I can write? Tomorrow if I write a check to you of, let's say, 1 lakh crore. Suppose if I write a check like this, 1 lakh crore to you, obviously, if I have the balance, I don't have that much balance, neither you have. Okay. But can I write a check of this amount? 100 crore, no limit, 1 crore, none of the above. I can write, isn't it? No limit. I can write any amount of check. Okay. Maximum, minimum is also there. I can write a 50 paise check also. 50 paise. I can write a 50 paise check to you. Okay. So now, before going, everyone do join the Power Pack combo batch. In this batch, here, one subject is gone, but remaining 3 subjects, this batch will be very useful. So join it ASAP. PPB, AFM, RBWM, very important subject. So if you have cleared IAIFS, this is a golden opportunity to you. So join immediately. Plus you are getting 80% off also right now. You can join the Mahapack as well. In the Mahapack, you are getting multiple batches for all the 3 subjects. Plus you are getting ebooks, tests, mini Maha marathons, all these. How to join this? See this. Go to Adda 24/7. So always go through the app. In the app, what happens? You get 1% extra using the coin system. I'll always suggest you to go through the app, because coin system means what? As you go on purchasing the products, you develop the coins. You get the coins, okay, and that gives you around 1% extra. 1%. 1% is a big amount. Okay, so go to Adda 24/7. See this. Click on JAIIB and CIB. JAIIB and CIB. Click on JAIIB October 23. Okay, done. Now look at this combo batch, Power Pack combo batch. Click on this. Look at this. 80% off is already applied. Join it immediately. Okay. You are getting what? Online live classes, test series, ebooks, videos. Click on this ebooks. Check this. You'll get subject wise ebooks. Click on this RBWM ebook. Okay, subject wise. You will see this chapter wise ebooks. So chapter wise ebooks you have got, plus chapter wise ebooks. Similarly for test series, click on this test series. You will get chapter wise test series. Okay, subject wise. Now RBWM. Click on this. You will get 30 mock tests. See this, 27, 30, 29. So chapter wise again. In such details, you are getting these test series and ebooks and classes. So join it ASAP. Okay, because 80% off is going on right now. 80%. How to join this? Click on buy now. See this. Click on buy now. Then the fees reduces to 1399. Such a huge discount, isn't it? So 1399 is the fees and 80% off. Click on continue. Fill in the details and done. Make the payment, done. Similarly, you can join the Mahapack as well. In the Mahapack, see this. In the JAIIB Mahapack, double validity is going on. Click on this. See, the fees is 80% off, 6719. Double validity is there for 6 months and 12 months. It means you buy for 6 months, you get it for 12 months. You buy for 12 months, you get it for 24 months. Okay, buy it immediately. And if you want, you can buy for 3 months also. even though it's a single validity, but 3 months fees is also very less, 4499. 80% of off is applicable there also. Click on buy now again. Fill in the details. See this 80% code is already applied. Fill in the details. Put your name, phone number, email, and just continue and make the payment. That's it. Tomorrow I'll be back with the same series again with the next topic. Okay. Till then, keep studying and do join the batches ASAP. Okay. Bye and best of luck for your next exam.